Motorola phones are making a comeback in 2026. Their designs look better than ever, their prices are more competitive, and some of their latest devices are getting a lot of attention. But here's the big question. Are Motorola phones actually worth buying today? Or are Samsung and Google still the safer choice? After spending time looking into Motorola's recent lineup, I think the answer is a lot more interesting than I expected. For a long time, Motorola barely crossed my mind when I thought about buying a new Android phone. Years ago, I owned the original Moto G, and at the time, Motorola felt refreshingly different. The software was clean, performance was solid, and the phones offered great value. But as the years went by, Samsung became more dominant. Google improved its Pixel lineup, and newer Android brands started grabbing more attention. Motorola slowly faded into the background. Recently, though, something changed. The company started releasing phones that actually made me stop and pay attention again. And for the first time in years, I seriously considered switching back to a Motorola phone. The more I looked at Motorola's latest devices, the more I realized this isn't the same company I stopped paying attention to years ago. Motorola's design identity feels stronger than ever. And honestly, this is where Motorola genuinely impressed me. In a smartphone market where many devices look nearly identical, Motorola has managed to create products that actually stand out. Its partnership with Pantone gives many phones unique colors that instantly look different from the endless sea of black, gray, and silver smartphones. Some models feature vegan leather finishes, while others use materials and textures that feel far more distinctive than the glass slabs most manufacturers continue to release. What's refreshing is that Motorola doesn't feel like it's copying other brands anymore. Instead, it feels like the company has finally remembered what made Motorola phones memorable in the first place. When you pick up many recent Motorola devices, they have personality. And in today's smartphone market, that's becoming increasingly rare. Motorola's pricing is hard to ignore. But good design alone isn't enough. The real question is whether Motorola offers enough value to justify buying one. And this is where things get really interesting. Smartphones have become incredibly expensive. Many flagship phones now cost so much that buyers expect to keep them for 4, 5, or even 6 years. That means value matters more than ever before. Motorola seems to understand this. Take foldable phones as an example. Samsung still dominates most conversations around foldables, but Motorola's Razr lineup often feels easier to justify once you compare the actual prices. You're still getting premium materials, you're still getting large cover displays, you're still getting fast charging and capable performance, but often at a noticeably lower price. Even Motorola's traditional smartphones feel surprisingly competitive. For the first time in years, Motorola phones don't feel like budget alternatives, they feel like legitimate competitors. But then I found the biggest problem. However, before I fully convinced myself to buy one, I kept running into the same concern, and for many buyers, this could be a deal breaker. Software support. Because buying a phone today isn't just about how good it feels on day one. It's about how good it will feel 3, 4, or even 5 years from now. And that's where Motorola still struggles. Motorola still hasn't solved the software update problem. The biggest thing stopping me from fully committing to a Motorola phone is uncertainty around software updates. Even some of Motorola's newest premium devices still receive fewer Android updates than competing phones from Samsung and Google. Motorola has improved in some areas, but its reputation for slower updates and shorter support periods continues to follow the company. And when you're spending serious money on a smartphone, that's hard to ignore. I've seen countless discussions online where users mention waiting months for Android updates or security patches. Meanwhile, Samsung and Google often deliver updates much faster. As smartphones become more expensive, long-term support becomes more important, and Motorola still feels behind the competition in this area. Samsung and Google changed expectations. Unfortunately for Motorola, it's competing against brands that have dramatically raised the standard. Samsung now offers some Galaxy devices with up to 7 years of software and security updates. Google has pushed expectations even further with fast Android updates and regular feature drops for Pixel devices. Because of that, buyers now expect long-term support. It's no longer a bonus feature, it's part of the buying decision. Whenever I look at a smartphone today, I'm not only thinking about the camera, display, or processor. I'm also thinking about how long that phone will stay relevant. And that's where Motorola still has work to do. Final words. If you're considering a Motorola phone in 2026, I don't think it's a bad choice at all. But if software updates and long-term support are important to you, I'd probably look at the Samsung Galaxy A56, Google Pixel 9a, Nothing Phone 3a Pro, OnePlus 14R, or Poco F7 first. Links are given below, just go and buy now. Motorola has made huge improvements in design, hardware, and value. The only question is whether the company can finally match its competitors when it comes to software support. What do you think? Would you buy a Motorola phone in 2026, or would you choose one of these alternatives? Let me know in the comments below.